is Nel, and I will discuss an introduction to research methods with you in this video. For my first doctoral study, I used a quantitative research method, specifically CHAID, supported with log linear analysis and the CAT-MOD procedure. I chose this statistical method because I intended to send out many questionnaires. I had to ask for the assistance of the statisticians of the South African Council for Human Research to process the completed questionnaires because I did not have the software or the knowledge to do the work. Of course, I had to analyze the printouts of the processed data myself, else I would not have been able to come to any conclusions, findings, or suggested solutions to my research problem. In retrospect, I was walking on thin ice by making use of statistical methods about which I didn't know much. Most of the methods that I will discuss in this video should be used with qualitative research, although some should preferably be used with quantitative research methods. All research methods can be used with a mixed approach. Quantitative research methods are often dedicated to a specific scientific field of study rather than a research method. Natural science researchers often deviate from the generally accepted structure of a research process. Research methods overlap with paradigms and with data collection methods. I will discuss paradigms and data collection methods separately in future videos. Research on doctoral and master's degree level is becoming increasingly diverse and inclusive of both quantitative and qualitative research methods. That is one of the reasons why a mixed method approach is often followed. Another reason why students decide to follow a mixed method approach is that they feel that a combination provides a better understanding of a problem than just focusing on quantitative or qualitative research methods. Some students argue that a mixed method approach enhances the validity and accuracy of data and the relevance and value of research findings. The overarching premise is that the combination of two or more methods should facilitate the achievement of research objectives. The decision to integrate multiple methods depends on a combination of the research objectives, the resources and time available, your philosophical assumptions, your knowledge of research methods, and your personal style and preferences. The people who will read your dissertation or thesis, especially your sponsor but also your study leader, will also have an influence on which research method or methods you will use. Different methods can be used in the form of triangulation in the hope that the findings of the different methods will corroborate one another. You might by now be asking where in your dissertation or thesis you should discuss the research methods that you will use. Unless you watched my videos on the contents of the different chapters already, you will probably discuss the research methods that you will use in the second chapter of your thesis or dissertation. You should explain the method or methods that you will use without trying to teach your study leader or other readers the intricacies of research. Why you chose the method and the reason why you chose the method or methods that you will use. You should also provide a detailed description of the components of the method or methods that you will use. I will discuss the components of different research methods in future videos, seeing that they differ for different research methods. The method or methods that you choose should enable you to progress from a research problem to a solution. As far as possible, you should do as much as possible of the work on your own. For my second doctoral study, I used Atlas TI to code and analyze the data that I collected. I used grounded theory, which is a qualitative research method. In preparation for the research, I attended a short course on Atlas TI at the University of Guildford in Surrey before I embarked on my studies so that I could do all the work on my own. Your method or methods can consist of a combination of literature study, models, arguments, mathematical proofs, surveys, case studies, experimentation, etc. The chapter in your thesis or dissertation on your research methods is not difficult to write. After all, you will have all the information that you need from books that you consulted. Even better, your study leader can suggest a method or methods that will work well with the topic of your research. In addition to the purpose of your research, you should also consider your knowledge, experience, strong points, weak points, and the data that you will have access to. Don't choose a quantitative method if you feel uncomfortable with statistics and calculations, or if you do not have access to laboratories or scientific equipment that you will need. Don't choose a qualitative research method if you don't feel comfortable with doing research with people as your target group. In summary, you should use quantitative research methods if you feel comfortable with statistics and calculations, if you have access to laboratories and scientific equipment that you will need for your research, and if the topic of your research is such that it can be investigated quantitatively. You should use a qualitative research method if you feel comfortable with working with people, when the topic of your research is suitable for qualitative research, and if you need to solve immediate social or community problems. You will probably use a mixed research method if it is necessary for you to analyze quantitative and qualitative data. You can use more than one research method, and some of the methods might be quantitative while others are qualitative in nature. Different methods can be used as a form of triangulation, which should give you a measure of corroboration of your data and findings. Keep in mind that research methods, paradigms, data collection methods, and data analysis methods are all part of the research process. You will probably discuss the research method or methods that you will use in the second chapter of your dissertation or thesis. Although it is an important chapter, you should not go into too much detail. In closing, this video is the bridge between the research approaches and the research methods that you can choose from. I already posted the next video, which discusses the interrelatedness between ontology, epistemology, and methodology. I also posted the video on case study research as an example of a research method. Therefore, I will discuss action research in my next video. Enjoy your studies, stay healthy. Thank you.